let me just finish setting up my stuff a little bit more. But, ayo, thanks for the community sub, I guess, or like the gifted sub. I appreciate. But good morning, good morning. Let me know what the audio balance is like, because we all know that I struggle with that one. Okay. Yeah, good morning. Okay. I'm just gonna... Okay, there we go. I'm gonna probably do more line art on the Grigori artwork as my warm-up for today before tackling the commission for Rowan. It's good for me. Okay, good. Yeah, I hope you're up fairly early, so I hope sleep's treating you okay-ish. I'm sorry if it's not. Hello, good morning, Rowan, or well, good evening to you. We're gonna just be doing a little bit of the line art for Kumo's commission, just as a warm-up, because I haven't been able to warm up at all today. And then after that, we'll be getting to yours. Also, I love how I'm saying good morning when it's like, 2:40 in the afternoon, but we all know my sleep schedule is a little bit whack. Yes. Yes, I didn't wake up, but we Gucci. Thought I'd pop in because you've got the comfiest vibes. Ah, that's so cute. I thought you didn't have the Twitch app on your phone anymore. Or did you re-download it? Now that you have more space on your phone after deleting literal gigabytes of TikTok videos. Okay. We downloaded for Jack's debut. Ah, fair. Also, in other news, I might be looking into getting a new phone soon, just because my current phone is... How do I phrase this? It is constantly stuck at almost being out of storage, and there is nothing I can do about it. I can't even update it to the newest OS just because there's not enough space, even if I delete all of my apps. It's just like, yeah, no, you don't got any space. And I don't want to factory reset it, since, it'll fuck with my logins and my, activator apps and stuff like the fancy stuff that you need for, Twitch and shit. Yeah, what kind of phone do you have? How much space? It's 32 gigs. I've had it for 3 years now at this point, and it's one of the Samsung A20s, one of their cheaper phones. Also sippy. But basically, those phones, they're not bad, but I don't think they are good for... Yeah, 32 gigs used to feel like so much, I know. The main issue I have with it is I can't install apps onto my SD card. So I'm just kinda suffering because for some reason, having TikTok on it, for example, just uses up 4 gigabytes for some reason. Even if I only open it once and I don't download any videos from it. Then Twitter just accrues so much over time. Like, it's basically, you know how your phone keeps storing like cache stuff and cookies and just like your login data and all that? I guess apps nowadays are just like, yeah, we'll make that stuff occur so quickly and have it use up so much space. It'll be great. So I'm trying to see if maybe I can get my hands on... Yeah, I'm at a point where I have to clear it out every couple of days because it's just so much. So I'm kind of at a point where I'm like, okay, I've had this phone for like 3 years. Maybe I can like upgrade to one that has a better face tracking going on, so that maybe I can give my model the HANA tool expressions with the new like Android version, like the Android face tracking that someone made. So I'm kind of gonna maybe look into that within the next couple months. But God, I just want to say it's so annoying that so many like tech companies literally just program your tech to become obsolete after a couple years. It is probably the worst thing to come out of modern tech. Obviously not as bad as iPhones, but still, it's pretty bad. Also, by the way, I hope that when I upload this VOD to YouTube, very much hope that the background music isn't gonna get copyright struck. Try to find some like, you know, witchy, swampy sorta lo-fi, but couldn't find anything that's copyright free or said it was copyright free. So we're just gonna pray for the best. Yeah, as long as it... God, yeah, I heard of that. Gilvasana getting hit with all of the copyright DMCA strikes. I don't think it was strikes, but it was like takedowns. And I'm like, that's rough, buddy. Alas, can't play the boys Five Luigi's Mansion theme. Yeah. Gotta be careful, even, we might wait with uploading your new VODs if you continue playing Luigi's Mansion. Or at least, like, making them public in case, Nintendo continues to be quirky. Overall, I think I might stay a little bit away from streaming or doing any kind of Nintendo properties in the near future, just because I don't want to support that kind of behavior from companies. Like, obviously they have... I'm probably not going to stream it again, at least not until October. Fair, it's just I was thinking of like the other Luigi's Mansion, like the second one. Love my boy. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have this as the line art because it's clean enough. It's a clean enough sketch that it should be fine. To be fair, I don't really do line art anymore anyway, so... Yeah, it's looking great so far. Ooh, Ookie Spooky Cajun Demon Man, yeah. Love this bastard. By the way, actually real quick, I'm gonna swap to Rowan's commission for just a second. But, so real quick, for scale, I added a little foxy over here and a person hiding against the tree. So that people have a bit better of an idea of scale for the entire forest and your monster form. Because I think that kind of puts it into scale just a little bit better. So please let me know what you think and if this is fine. Little guy, yeah, just a little man. And I'll probably end up adding some like bioluminescent mushrooms into each of these little beds of flowers. Friend-shaped. Yeah, what if it isn't a dude, but like some bones? There's just some bones there. Maybe I can see if I can do that. Guy had a no bones day. Yeah, I'll play around with that. I think I'm gonna focus primarily on the coloring for your monster form. Because the last bits, like, you know, with the guy and the fox and even the bioluminescent mushrooms, that's all just extra little things, extra little details. So I'll probably do those towards the very end. But just thought I'd, you know, give you a little bit of an update for that. Okay. Trying to figure out how to best go about him holding his cane. Because you don't want to, like, unbalance it. But I'll figure that out in a bit. Oh god, skirts. Skirts are so difficult. This should be fine. So many ruffles. Alrighty. Any idea what game you want as payment yet? I don't know yet. I haven't really thought about it. There's not really... Weirdly enough, there's not really anything I'm like super interested in right now. Maybe... I don't know. Like... I don't know. At least... I'll think on it more. Because, like, on one hand, getting Legends Arceus would be fun, but I do want to wait for that a little bit more. For some reason, I wouldn't be able to explain to you why, but... Like, I guess I kind of want to wait a little bit more until... Yeah, I think it's because I have so many video games I need to finish still. Like, Kumo and I still need to play Borderlands. Then, next month, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, or whatever it's called, is gonna come out. And then, like... what other games do I have that I need to play? I need to play more Minecraft. And I haven't even finished Pokemon, like the Sinnoh remakes. And I want to at least beat the Elite Four with the Sinnoh remakes before I move on to a new Pokemon game. I buy you a pizza cutter, please, no. Kumo, no. I don't need one, I have knives and they work just as well. It's nice to play BDSP before Legends, I think, because ETH? What does that mean? Oh, because the music, characters, geography, and... yes, okay. Okay. That makes sense. By no means necessary, but personally I'm really happy that I got to play Brilliant Diamond first. I think it's also, it'll help me be a little bit more familiar with the Sinnoh region. As someone who hasn't played any of the Sinnoh games before. I'm getting sleepy again, but I hope you have a good rest of stream. Love you, Mutty. Love you too. Take it easy. I'll talk to you in a couple hours. This leg is entirely too long, but I don't care. Grigori is allowed to have long leg disease. Leggy boy. Yeah. Man, if there's one thing I can draw well, it's parallel lines. That's the one thing I remember from art school. It's how to do parallel lines. That's powerful. Yeah. There's a lot of like art exercises you can do to like train yourself to use your entire elbow, because that is primarily how you get parallel lines, especially like in the long variety of lines. Okay, tail. I'm gonna make my life easy. Oh, hello, Cole. Hello, hello. I am just drawing a boy, but here, let me have a sippy. How you doing? Oh. Ah, okay, there we go. Hello, hello. I do very much hope that your day is going okay. That work isn't being too horrible if you are still at work, that is. I'm awake, that's about it. Heading home. Oh, okay, nice, nice, nice. Well, I very much hope that once you get home you'll be able to get some rest, some sleep. Though, knowing you, you're probably gonna end up playing some video games. Thinking of ways to torture Tommy. Ah! I've realized that's become your new favorite pastime. Hitomi has literally chosen pain in D&D form. Yeah. That sounds about right. Okay, this is a bit better. Mask here. Okay, let's see. The best and worst kind of shown pain in D&D form. I am delivering. Best and worst kind of pain. Can we use someone who gains power from a curse? Looks at nose. Sees Yeah. Yeah, I literally when I heard or like as soon as I learned that, you know, what's his name? Laplas had curse powers, I was just sitting here like, oh no. Haha. Hitomi's in danger. Alrighty, I'm just gonna do some flats and then we're gonna move on to Rowan's drawing. Or like, Rowan's commission. But yeah, I love how weird that particular party is because it's just like one person is literally Alice in Wonderland, another person is literally plagued by curses, another one is plagued by a fucking owl. Then we've got just Serena is there, and Eltonine is just kinda there. I think they balance out the weirdness of some of the other characters. Serena is a good girl. We do love the owl. We do. Altina was raised by tribal wolves. Yeah, exactly. I can turn that up a little bit more. That may have been too much. And we got Nagitsune, the only normal one. Yeah, it's surprising that she is the only normal one, considering that she's a literal fox girl. Especially since, like, not gonna lie, because of Edge of Lament, I do associate all of the, like, Kitsune people with Junichi and Mob's character. I forget her name right now, but I associate them all with being really edgy and brooding. What the hell is going on here? Chishio, yes, that's the name. No Kitsune over here ready to brush her hair, yes. She definitely defies, like, the people's expectations. I think that's a good way to put it. And I love that. Okay, and then I know that the cane is white as well. Or like silvery at least. She's a character I've been looking to use for a long time. She came out very soft and I love that for her. Yeah, she definitely strikes me like the kind of character who wasn't supposed to be quite as soft as she ended up being. But it's like, you know, that's kind of what happens depending on like what the party dynamic is. You kind of shift into a different role over time, depending on what's needed. And that's just how it is in real life too, at least for me. Don't mind me just very roughly touching in some colors. And he's supposed to have a purple tie. It's the best part of D&D to me. Exactly, yes, I agree. Alrighty. Let's go with the skirt next. Get that all situated. This is fine. Okay, good enough. Also, I live for Fino being an awkward bitch. Yes. Yes, God. It makes me very happy. Cause just like, how do you manage to be so bad at talking? And I'd love to think nowadays that that's just a Fire Ganassi trait. They're just awkward. It's like, sorry boy, you were born a Fire Ganassi? You're awkward now. But yeah, I'm very excited for session later. I think it's gonna be good fun. Probably end up changing this color later, but this is just for now. And then this tie is gonna be a really pretty shade of purple once I'm done with it. Didn't expect this song to have vocals. Sheesh. Let's see. Black shoes. We love a bastard with weird black velvet shoes. Okay. This kind of bluish black shade for the pants. And he's gonna have another black shirt. We're gonna put that more towards a reddish purple. Maybe. What's blue looking like? No, don't like that. Brighter. Ooh, I like that. The idea of Fire Ganassi just sucking at speaking is very good. I do like that. I really do. Because it's like, I don't know, it feels fitting. I think it feels fitting because of like, when you think fire, like someone who's associated with fire, even as like, just like their heritage. You think of someone who's kind of hot-headed and as such stumbles over their words. Doesn't really think through, like, think their sentences through, stuff like that. Ah, yes, liquid. Liquid motion is so hard to draw. Just gonna do that and call it a day. And then there's gonna be a label. That bottle is gonna be a little bit difficult to make work later, but it's fine. Last thing's face. I'll put this under the hair. Probably looks better. Okay. This is fine. And deep seas. Alrighty, flat coloring done. Let me just check if the values in the colors are different enough. Because I have a feeling that it might be just a little bit too dark, but we'll see. Color. I guess it's enough contrast. Could be worse. Okay. Next up, we're gonna save that and move over to this. God, I am excited to finish this up today. It's gonna be good. Okay. I'm finishing up line art and flat coloring in an hour. Okay, that's good for the other artwork. Alrighty. I'm gonna just turn off the background for now. And just go in. I definitely want to include the actual painting process for this in the in today's stream. So I'm gonna try and hurry up with the with this first step where I just blotch in some of the shading and some of the texture. I am looking. Are you perceiving? Basically, the way I go about painting is I do a lot of the rough shading just before I merge any of the layers. And then the real painting process is just like going over it with the layers merged. It's definitely going to be a little bit more difficult with this one, considering how much is going on up here. But we'll make it work, we'll make it work. Okay, this is the flesh. I'll just be real rough with this one. Because I want to make it look as like fleshy as possible whilst not being too overwhelming in a sense. Okay. unfortunately, I feel like I'm not going quite as dark as I could. Quite unsure why that is. My brush won't seem to allow me to go quite as vibrant, but that's fine. And this is the gooey bits. Ah, fuck. Let me just lock this layer. There we go. For this one, I gotta make sure that I add enough varied values. So in this case, that'd be adding some green, adding a little bit of like white, but like eggshell off-white. You'll see what I mean in a second. Just gonna go up here. Just gonna add a couple of those in, just to lighten up the whole thing here and there. It'll make it a little bit easier with the painting process later. And then bone. I'm gonna add a little bit of a brown tone. Just to kind of tie it all a little bit better together. Because like when it comes to painting, the important thing is you don't want to overdo it. Because it is very, very easy to just like get caught up in all of the tiny details that you don't need to be caught up in. Especially for like an artwork that's as quote-unquote busy as this one. Because like, let's be honest here, there's a lot going on. Like a lot. Okay, I'm gonna just duplicate this layer. Gonna merge this into one. And we're just gonna go in. See how it goes. Let me just stretch real quick. Oh, my neck. Let me have a sippy real quick. Okay. I think the smart part would be to just find a good starting point. Not sure where that's gonna be, but I'm just gonna go down here. Basically, because we did a lot of the shading already, we just have to go over it a little bit to like blend it just a tiny bit. Kinda like so. There's gonna be a lot of color picking in this part of the process. And I'm also gonna start going over these black vines with kind of murky green to really show that it's vines. And not just some like black goo, which would work as well, but I don't know, I think having that tiny bit of green gives it a little bit more impact. And what helps with sections like these is just to keep your wrist loose. Just so you don't like cramp up and hurt yourself. And it might not look like I'm adding much, but I don't know, when you zoom out, it just adds like that little subtlety to these vines. Probably gonna go over with an even brighter green afterwards, but for now, this is what we're gonna be doing. And when it comes to one layer painting, personally what I do is I kind of try to do the things in the background first. Because if I mess up and stuff, once I get to the segments in the foreground and clean those up, I can just, you know, color over the elements in the background without having to worry about, like, you know, not accidentally coloring over something, which the other way around you kind of have to worry about a little bit. Maybe a little bit brighter. I love that the only reason I can somewhat draw a muscle, like exposed muscle like this, is because what I use for as a reference point is just the texture of salmon. Because, like, I don't really handle gore well, so I can't really look up any proper reference images for what exposed muscle would look like. And because this is stylized already, I can just use something like, you know, the somewhat fleshy texture of salmon to make this work. One thing that comes in real handy right about here is the fact that I did do line art, because I can just follow it for these, like, fleshy rotting bits. And it's not gonna, like, look weird the way most other line art might at this stage. And again, always keeping my wrist kind of loose. Okay, now that we've done the back leg, we'll come back to the front again and finish up around here. Basically, it's just a lot of blending. Blending, adding some like darker shades, and then going back in again with light colors to add contrast and intrigue, as people would call it. Whew. Dark red. Gonna go in like that again. And then go in with some black to have some of these vines meld into it a little bit. Then we come back to one of our green shades and attempt to go over the vines again to add the little bit of subtle green. And that way you can kind of, especially with the green one, it connects with one of these rot pieces, as I would call them. You can just kind of blend it in a little bit so it kind of looks like this is starting to extend further downwards. And like vice versa, you would kind of add just a couple dark pieces in here, following the shape a little bit. So it all just kind of melds into one in a non-overwhelming way. Because you don't want it all to blur together too much. It's a difficult balance to strike, but it comes with practice. Okay, just like a couple more. A little bit of brighter pieces here and there. Okay, let me just show you and compare what we've done so far with the legs. This is what we start out as, and this is where we are now. It's very subtle, but you can see the difference. I hope that it shows up well on stream. But yeah. Save this. It's weird because like when you draw and you're like in the moment, you don't really notice the difference of depth. It kind of, you know, you kind of get so absorbed in adding depth that you don't really see it until you do the before and after comparison. It's also I've had that same I don't want to say problem, but I had that same stage with the background, since, you know, it started out like this and I'm like, ah, this isn't too bad. This is already like, you know, a solid background for a lot of people. And then I like continued working on it and it's now this, and I'm like, yeah, no, wait, that's a lot better. That's actually like a background and not just some scribbles. Let me just make sure to add that in here. Ooh, yes, that's gonna look good once it's done. Because like, one thing I like about especially this hand in the front, it already works well with the background. I'll have to do some adjusting with this claw, for example, maybe add some mud on it. Same with back here, but that can wait. Okay. Back to it we go. I also, when I do big chunks like this, I try to focus on one texture at a time. So right now I'm gonna focus a little bit on just finishing up all of this bark texture before moving on to the sinew. And towards the very end, I'm gonna be utilizing some like multiply layers and stuff like that to add some shadow, like overlay shadows. Because it's always easier to just kind of work with very neutral shading instead of like ambient shading for the painting stage. I returned from my bus ride. Hello, welcome back. We're just actually working on the painting process of La Creatura. Rowan, let me know if there's like an actual name for this form so I can actually refer to it by its name. I love this so much. OMG, La Creatura, take me. Oh my god. Cole, please no. Not really. Okay. Into the woods so I can rest. Oh my god. Fair enough, Cole. I guess we all do wanna be abducted by some strange forest creatures every now and then. I just call it beast form or unbound form. Okay. Identify a horrifying rotting leaf creatura. Cole, I understand that mood. I really do. Not too happy with how these pieces of sinew are looking, but just gonna go over it with a really dark color and fix that real quick. I'm glad you're late to me. And less of the terrifying too long creatures. Antlers? But yeah, no, Cole also has some like D&D creatures that have weird foresty beings with antlers that are too long for their own good. And that make things more terrifying. Okay, this works out. Sure. The swirly lines in the bark are chef's kiss. Thank you. I think it helps bring across the fact that it is indeed bark and not some other material. Because the way I need to do some material studies at some point. Maybe I'll make that a stream. Because I'm not actually good at drawing different types of materials. I am good, however, at differentiating them through like cartoony textures. And I use the term cartoony very like loosely here. Okay. Moving back onto our vines. Connecting that in there. Alrighty. Arms done. I just love swirlies. Yeah, swirlies are good. Swirlies are good content. Let me just rest my hand for a little moment. Whilst I think about what part to tackle next. Probably gonna go for the midriff section and leave the head section for last. Probably gonna do midriff, this other leggy. Maybe even start with the other leggy first, then midriff. Awake again. Hey Matti. Hello, welcome back. Kumo, just so you know, we've done the flat coloring on Grigori. I'll be adding the texture to the waistcoat soon enough. I'll also do shading later. But yeah, and then on Rowan's commission, we've been starting with the painting process. Oh, hello, sir. Unsure whether that is in response to Grigori or if that's in response to our creature. Don't mind me is a as I just quickly check on some stuff real quick. Okay. Yes, okay, the answer is just yes. Understood. Okay. And... oh, okay, let me actually stretch. Probably Grigori, but I like the idea of someone looking at Rowan in his form and calling them sir. Yeah. Okay. Oh, my shoulders. Doing a proper stretch. God, whenever I stretch my shoulders. To be fair, yeah, that's a sir to me. Giant bark monsters are all sirs. Can't argue with that logic. Sir, non-gendered. Yes. Okay. Back leggy. I think this time around I will start with the rot. Or maybe actually with the bone, because like that's the smallest part. Just gotta do one of these. Blend that in just a little bit, and we're good. Puts on a long coat and fine hat. Gross mustache. Pain, my headphones life is like 4 times longer than my phone. Oh, rip. On the other hand, that's really good. Like, I don't know about you, but in this house... Oh, posture check. I mean, I did do a posture check already, but I can do another one. Oh, God. Oh, okay, I guess... Sad, the Genshi mats I want to grind for aren't up for 2 more days. Oh, God, I need to actually get started with the lantern rite. I recently did the... you know, the Jade Chamber number 2 quest. And that was fun. Really liked that. Gonna refrain from spoilers just because a lot of people in chat haven't played it. But that was fun, I enjoyed that, and I need to catch up on Lantern Rite desperately. Probably gonna just have like a long play session sometime in the next couple days. I'm still playing through it myself, loving the character content. Yes, yes. So, have you started on the Lantern Rite yet, or no? Sorry, I'm unsure whether you meant like that you're still playing through the Lantern Rite stuff or the J Chamber quest. I for one am very excited to throw the 6th J Chamber at a boss. Aren't we all? Switch back to English voices on my PC just to listen to Beidou and Ningguang flirting. Yes, good.
Press start to continue.
God, it always throws me off when ambient music has voices in it. Like, no. No. It like confused the hell out of me for a second. Oh, this is such a large chunk. Large chunks of any kind of texture are so much harder to like make look right. Okay. It's the best I can do with that. I wanna get back into Genshin, I really do. I'm still like on the cusp of being burnt out by it though. So I'm struggling. I go acquire Fu, but yes, please do. Oh god. Not me, not being used to talking. I've been having sippy here and there, so it's all good, but like, one of these days my voice will get used to how much I gotta talk during stream. But thus is the life of an introvert. I've been kind of burned out too, but Lantern Rite has been getting me back into it with my favorite characters. And I just like going back to Liyue and Mondstadt for quests. Yes, yes. I do think my main reason for being burnt out is just everything being in Inazuma, and Don't get me wrong, I love Inazuma, really do, but God, I need some other regions sometimes. There's only so many times I can fight certain types of enemies and be like, yep, this is fresh and exciting. Like, sometimes I just like going back to my roots and unga bungaing my way through everything with Zhongli. I am over-exaggerating with that, but like, you know. Muncha and Liyue are vast and epic and warm. Inazuma is cool, but everything is so much tougher, and the atmospheres are mostly either tense or sad. Exactly. Which, like, I don't usually mind. It's good that they all have a different atmosphere, but it's just like... Mondstadt and Liyue remind me of simpler days. I hope it's filled with deserts. I wonder what the atmosphere of Sumeru will be. Yes. Deserts and desserts, yeah. I am quite excited for Sumeru, but I'm also sitting here like, Genshin, miHoYo, please. Dendro characters? Yes. Hello, please. Cox gun. Baizhu Wen, yes. Please, I want my husband. They've been dangling him in front of my nose for so long. Okay, let's just quickly work on this tailor. I will read up on chat in a second. Just focusing on all of these swirlies for a second. Okay, oh boy, I see NFTs and I get scared. Okay. I'm writing, I'm waiting, I'm also so curious to see Marajivari. Don't think I've heard that name before. I'll look into that later. Fun fact, today a roller coaster in gaming happened. Indie game dev straight said to the publisher, no, you guys are gonna use said no. You guys are gonna use NFTs. I quit. Bro, good for them. Yes, yes. God, good. Honestly, I hope that indie game devs, or at least like game devs in general, try and, you know, overrule their corporate overlords in terms of these decisions. 6 hours later, they decide that they won't use NFTs. Yup. Lost the most profitable game indie dev and consumer faith. Good on them. Yeah. It's like companies and actors and CEOs don't actually pay attention to their user base and only look at profit. We've seen this exact same thing happen with Troy Baker. It's like, it sometimes feels like some companies are just trying to like speedrun losing their entire fan base. Which honestly is hilarious if it weren't so sad. For like, you know, the indie devs or like devs that don't really have a control over it. Okay. Marjaravi is mentioned in passing early in game. At some point, people try to check it out and never return. It also comes up on the loading screen. Oh, I've completely missed that. It's said to be an endless plane of ash. Ooh, I do want to go there. I want to go there so bad. Also, that the Forgotten Time posted a tweet that just says NFT stinky. God, what a mood. That's the kind of tweet I'd put out as like a game dev. Okay, tail done. But yeah, I'm kind of glad that companies are showing their like quote-unquote true faces, which, you know, we already knew for a lot of them, but it's good to have just like unashamed or like unabashed confirmation of like, oh yeah, no, let's just not support this company. At some point, I do want to make not a spreadsheet, but just like an overview of like companies and celebrities that thought NFTs were good, but turns out they weren't. Basically, the lose your entire fan base, any percent speedruns. Like, I still posit that like the worst thing isn't even the whole like companies getting into NFTs, but companies not knowing what NFTs are when like they're in fact just getting into crypto. And it's like, yeah, crypto's kind of garbage, but like at least like be direct about what you're getting involved with. We can tell you're just using the newest buzzword without knowing what it means. Dude, it's the wildest part, is that they really don't understand. Yeah. Literally, CEOs making fun of, like, people for like, you know, falling for scams and shit. But then, they're not any better. At least, like, I have seen some companies, you know, be like, oh, yeah, no, we would never participate in a scam. And if you, like, fall for scams, you just gotta be better. And then CEOs out here just falling for scams left and right because, oh, someone said it might make me more money? Free money is for me? Though, to be fair, when I say companies, it's more so the, like, celebrity individuals than, like, you know, and, like, CEOs. Good old Troy, yeah. I'm trying not to over-render this leg at this point. Okay, there we go. It should help. Let me just do another comparison before after. Oh yeah, we getting there. Midriff part, and then time to focus on the head. And all that's left are just finishing touches. Okay, sorry, let me just check some of my social media real quick. Okay. So we just kind of hitting that stage where I get a little bit distracted. Just gonna pop out another tweet to mention that we're still going strong. Actually, I'm gonna BRB real quick to what's it called? To just like go to washroom, grab more sippy and stuff. So I will be right back. Okay, well, we're back. I just needed to actually stretch my legs for a second because, God, just sitting here and working, you kind of get absorbed, and gotta make sure that we're, what's it called? That we take care of our bodies. Stretch, walk, stuff like that. Gonna just put out another tweet real quick. And then, let me see how long we've been going for. 2 hours. Okay, we're making really good progress. Okay. Next up, the lower midriff section here. Just gonna add some more black before going in with the darkest green. Blend that out a little bit. I'm gonna add some more goo. And for the gooey underbelly, adding some brown will kind of help sell how like sickly and diseased these like streaks are. Streaks. I don't know what you would call it. The drippage. But like not in the Twitch lingo drip, but literal drippage. Listen. I mean, I guess it could be like Twitch lingo drip. Rot juice. Yeah, that's more accurate. Come get y'all juice. I heard it's good for the bones. Okay, then we're gonna... I'm gonna do the bark first. Which in this section of the body is gonna be a little bit rougher. And by that I mean it's gonna be like not as refined art-wise. Ah. That's why it didn't blend as well. I put it on a new layer. I was so confused. There we go. Oh hello, hello. Thank you for the raid, God. Thank you, Appy. Thank you, bunny friend. I appreciate you. Hello, raiders. I hope you're having a lovely morning, lovely afternoon, lovely evening, depending on where you are from. Gonna just quickly introduce myself. My name's Mati. I am a moth VTuber. I stream once a week. I try to aim for twice a week, but once a week. And I do a lot of art and just chill vibes. And today we're working on a commission, which is this lovely fella. That's not the right layer. Here's the background. Very like kind of grotesque forest monster. And we're in the last parts of finishing up this painting, which is to paint over like this little midsection area, then the skull, and then the vines. Oh, of course, Kumo, I will have a sippy. And then after that, we're just gonna do a little bit of doodling. I wanna figure out a just chatting overlay, and yeah. Okay, just gonna have my sippy. But I hope all of you are having a wonderful time. I hope y'all's days are going well, and Appy, I hope your stream went well. One of these days I will have mods, but for everyone in my chat and my stream who doesn't follow Appy yet, please go ahead and do so. I'm not gonna stay too long. It was a longer stream than 10. That is totally okay. Make sure you rest up, take it easy, maybe have some water, maybe just like watch some nice things. And I was quite tired. No, it's okay. You don't gotta apologize. Let me just see if I have a shout out. I do have a shout out command. But yeah. Just take it easy, and I just appreciate you sending a raid over my way. Thank you. It means a lot. So yeah, just rest up, take it easy. Because like, God, I know very well how exhausting streams can be. Thank you, Kumo. I hope your stream is absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's been fun so far. Just taking it easy, chatting, kind of explaining a little bit of my thought process and art process. But yeah, just taking it easy, you know? So many squigglies. I gotta say, I do love painting bark, just because it is just me doing a bunch of squigglies and it just looks nice. Maybe after this I might go back and do some shading on the other commission I was working on earlier, which I will show in just a second, just to show that I can also draw other things that aren't creatures. But hello Koishi, I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you around. But before we continue with the painting of this, we were doing some line art and flat coloring for this little bastard man, which is a commission for Kumo, who is in chat as far as I see. So yeah, just one of his D&D characters. Little stinky bastard man. I would die for him. But yeah, that's just what we've been working on today. Taking it easy, taking it slow. Okay, next up, we're gonna focus on some of the bone. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do the bone first. I'm gonna finish up whatever I have going on over here. And then I'm gonna finish up that low part of sinew up here. Which looks a bit weird. I may have colored that in wrong, but that's fine. I'm not too bothered by these parts because they're like mostly gonna be covered by all of this. And by this I mean this entire section. So yeah. Important thing with art, at least important to me, is sometimes less is more. Sometimes it's just better to not worry too much about the low details and just kind of like go with it. It's kind of important to just know when to say, yeah, no, I'm just gonna stop here. And it's a skill that's kind of hard to learn. I sometimes get too lost in all of the low details still, but you know, getting there. And once again with painting, since I'm doing this part all on one layer, what's important is just focus on the things that are in the background first, so that when you get to the foreground you can just paint over it without having to worry too much about, you know, covering up things. Because like if I get the foreground perfect and then work on the background parts, I have to be careful to not like paint over the like already pretty foreground parts, if that makes sense. Like that's my primary art advice when it comes to painting. Just make sure to kind of structure your piece and work from like back to front, and I guess there's not really any specific method for like digital painting in terms of like left to right as you would with traditional art, but still the whole back to front part in terms of what may or may not be layers, because it's like still, even if you don't have layers on like the side here, if it's all one piece, you still have, you know, layers in terms of like, okay, this arm is in front of the rest of the body, etc. Gonna just have this little goo stuff go up here, just to kind of tie all of this a little bit together. Alrighty. Next up, I'll just fix these bits a little bit. And then I'm gonna go into this mess to try and figure out this little bit that's not, like, that's just kind of mossy. Maybe. Oh, I just realized I didn't color in all of the antlers. Oh well. Basically, we're now gonna go into this mossy mess and just kind of paint our way through it bit by bit. Not gonna be super accurate because of the vines, but that'll be fine. It adds a little bit of fun texture, so that's good in the grand scheme of things. Moss, 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 moss. Yes, yes, exactly. So much moss. Let's see. I'm not gonna worry about that. I will worry about these bones in the back real quick. Just gonna grab one of my darkest bone colors. Just to push them into the background just a little bit more. Gotta say, this part is really difficult because I can like barely see what's going on. But that's fine. That's part of the fun. That's part of the challenge. Alrighty. I'm gonna already go over some of these vines. Just to blend them in a little bit. We're going over them with a dark green of sorts. Because this part is supposed to just look kinda messy and chaotic. Which I think it's doing very well. Definitely looking messy and chaotic, but in a good way. Okay. Oh. Okay, gonna add in some of the black streaks, black vines to really differentiate, especially this part down here where it's kind of blending into the rest of the body. But instead of just like taking a black, I'm taking a different shade of green, like a really dark saturated green. Just to keep it kinda cohesive. And this will add some more depth as well. It's gonna have a couple of them that are spilling past the bones here on the side. Not a lot of them, but just a couple. Alrighty, let me just compare before and after, and then we'll move on to the head or after. It's subtle, but it's a little bit more like lush, I would say. Okay. Last part, the head. And then I'll figure out some of the last. Maybe I'll just add the like low glow mushrooms in the background. And I'll Rowan, just so you know, I'll probably add the fox and whatever we use to add scale to this artwork. I'm gonna add that off stream. Gonna, you know, run a couple suggestions by you. Hope that's okay. Thank God the basic coloring already kind of took care of a lot of this shading for me. Basically just have to make sure that I add a little bit of contrast. Liquify tool. This eye is a little bit in the wrong spot. Just gonna move that up just a little bit. Maybe move that down just a little bit. Gotta say, Clip Studio adding the Liquify tool, probably best decision they've ever made. So many professional artists now don't have a need for Photoshop anymore, and it's for the best. Alrighty. Clean up this horn a little bit. These antlers are gonna be a little bit on the rougher side in terms of coloring. Just because, like, it's not really much I can do. They're already standing out a lot, and they don't need to stand out more. Like other parts in the drawing might have to. Just gonna follow that along here. Follow this along, or like along these lines. God, I can feel my wrist cramping up a little bit, so I need to take another short break in a second, but I'm gonna do that as soon as I'm done with these antlers. Just gonna have these be very subtle, like the pattern on them. Doesn't really need to be super detailed. Maybe something like this. And then this one is gonna have a similar workflow going on. Just gonna follow these along. Gonna follow this shape. And gonna make sure that I add some like visual interest with the patterns. Oh. Okay. Bit on the rougher side, but probably for the better. I might have a couple strands that just like jut out to the front. Because that would make sense. Next up, just gotta fix these vines. There we go. Rowan, do you want there to be like a colored light for one of the eyes? So kind of like let's go with something like this. And then You know, something like this. Yes, no? Let me know. Okay, okay, will do. Just gotta make sure I grab the right combination of colors for this. And this is where the liquify tool comes in real handy. Maybe I turn this down just a tiny bit. And this too. Yes. Okay. Like this. There we go. It's very subtle. But I think it'll pull the artwork as a whole together more towards the end. Putting that in here. Background. Let's see. I think an easy way to yeah, let's use a layer mask. I'm gonna use some textured gouache. To just erase a couple bits here and there around the edges to kind of give it a feeling of sinking into the ground. It'll also help sharpen up these edges just a little bit more here and there. Kinda like so. Then next up, just gonna actually I'm gonna grab this entire piece. We're gonna push that more into the background with some soft shading. Same with these pieces towards the front. And this piece here. But that one less so. Alrighty, fuck. I am playing Foxhole and somehow got conscripted by Big Streamer as a tank driver. Oh wow! Congrats! Time to promote your stream. Yeah. That's how that works. That's how people network, right? Time to show that I suck at this game, yes. Modify tool. My friend. There we go. Just push some of this out. Ah. Okay. Layer mode. We just want this to be very subtle. Maybe something like this. Foreground does need one low thing. Because I'm noticing that you can kind of see through the branch here. So what we do, we just take a really soft brush and we go over these middle pieces, middle sections. And have that fixed. Oh. Big monster, yeah. I think for Rowan, for your commission, I'm gonna stop for now. I'll figure out the glowy mushrooms and what's it called? The like just some sort of a thing to help us show the scale of our creature off stream, just because boy have I worked long on this one today. But gotta say, I am quite happy with the result. So for now, I will probably do some brainstorming on what I want for a just chatting overlay. So we're just gonna get some thumbnails together. I can draw squares. I swear. So I have a couple vibes. So I want it to be cozy. I want there to be a chat box. Important elements. So cozy, I want there to be a chat box. Space for videos. Because maybe we can do some more like reaction type content, just like chilling, watching YouTube videos together or something like that. Maybe some like you laugh, you lose type challenges. Space for videos. Obviously like links, etc. I want there to be some kind of moth theme, but I also, if I can't get that, foresty? But then basically I have to decide whether I want like outdoor vibes or indoor vibes. Because it's like I can't really make up my mind between something that's like a room or something that's kind of outdoorsy, more abstract. Slash abstract. So basically do I want it to fit more people? I don't really do enough collab stuff for that, so but for outdoor vibes or like more abstract, kind of wanna have my model here somewhere. Then maybe I'll maybe I'll have like a small section here for videos. Videos or blank space. Maybe there's like some cutesy art or something back there that I can kind of use. Then chat box. And we have, how many links do I currently use? I have my Twitch and Twitter and the YouTube. Thank you. So actually, maybe down here. Links. Then I could also, let's see, maybe I have a layout that kinda that has me in the middle. Let's see, how would I go about that? Middle layout. Maybe. An entire chat box section over here. Chat over here. Links over here. And if I end up showing a video, maybe I can have like a video space down here that would go in front of my model, kind of similar to how my art tablet currently goes in front of my model. This is definitely more traditional. So this is a traditional be centered. Then for indoor vibes, I'd probably let's see. probably have like a desk situation that doubles as a chat box. Chat box. Let's see, if I put the chat box down there, maybe, because there's so much space, I can kinda... This would be good for, like, if there's friends. I'd have space for friends with something that has indoor vibes and isn't, like, as abstract. Maybe... I could maybe have like some books that double as links, or like all of my link stuff would go. More in this area then. And if I were to... how would I go about like a video section? Maybe I would then just like move myself over and have like a modular, just like... Let me just... Chat box. Video section, and then there's just like, you know, shelves, or maybe a window, some like moth-themed garlands, maybe some posters in the background. Let's see. Different indoor vibes video. Thinking. What could I do? How could I go about this? Room. Anyone got any suggestions for what I could potentially do for another like indoor vibesy room layout? Let me think. Also, let me turn off these crop marks. And let me save this as, just chatting layout. Because, like, I am a... How do I phrase this? I am a graphic designer. I did go to school for it, but God, it's not my passion. Because you gotta make sure that you have all of the important elements somewhere. And for something like a room, you kind of want to blend them into the room in some capacity, or else it'll be weird. Let me just adjust my camera real quick. Because I want to be able to blink. There we go. I guess I could do some research and see what other people are doing, but I kind of want to try and be as original as possible. Maybe. So if I have my model over here, I prefer to have my model somewhere on like the right side of the screen, right side or center. So let's have another. Definitely think that like a table situation makes the most sense. Oop, forgot that's all on one layer. Whatever. Okay, big table. I kinda, I especially love Happy and Chibi Motti. Yeah, listen, I don't like going outside, I really don't. So, gotta reflect it in my art somehow. I do like forests. Because I kinda get to be alone. I get to have my peace and quiet. But maybe, I could have the links down up here in like little areas where I would, because I do want like lights. This is an important aspect. Lights. Maybe I'll have like a okay, I think what I'll do, move that over just a little bit more. Oop, wrong layer. Move this over just a little bit more. Just to kind of give like some sort of like laptop monitor vibe. Video. And then maybe chat. So either chat could be in this box, or if we're watching a video, chat is just kind of like freeform floating. And like, you know how there's like those chat options where like it kind of like fades out. Maybe we can do something with that. And then I can have like, depending on what kind of, what's it called? What kind of situation I go with here, I can have like some books. Or probably the links up there is a bad idea. Probably makes the most sense to have like just a section for links down here. There's a plant in this room. I think I'd probably add some sort of window behind me. Curtains. Mostly a blank wall with like some posters, perhaps. Hello. Yes, I was thinking of like butterfly or moth-shaped fairy lights. Moth shaped. I think it'd be fun if there was like, you know, one strand that went over here and then just kind of like fell down here. But yeah. I'm just gonna call this floating chat because I don't know how else to describe that. Also, hello, Cuppy. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good time. And I hope that sleep went well. Give me a second. Gotta do a thing real quick on Discord. Okay, there we go. Gonna just do one of these. But I hope you slept well. So here, for chat, I'm just gonna make a poll real quick. I kinda would like to have your input on... Yeah, I fly home soon. I've been visiting a friend in another state. Oh, nice! I'm glad. I hope that went well. Which I don't have my Twitch dashboard open, so give me a second. But we're gonna run a quick poll just to see what kind of layout you'd like what kind of just to gauge interest and see what people like. So we've got the outdoor vibesy one, which is very standard VTuber. It's kind of an abstract background with some flowers or something, some woods. Very atmospheric. Then the centered one for the outdoorsy one. First of all, the traditional one is gonna have like more of a painted feel, whereas the centered one is probably gonna be more abstract, graphic design-y shapes. Then we've got indoor vibes room, which is a just standard room, has a video player in the background that probably doubles as a poster that I just like put the YouTube video, whatever we'd be watching over. Links are confined to these books. Chat box is placed on this table essentially, and there's some room for friends. And our floating chat room is very similar to the first concept, but it has like a PC monitor situation, and when we watch stuff, chat gets essentially just like the fading chat bubbles. And if there's no video playing, chat is in the video section. It's a little bit, like I said, a little bit abstract. But let me set up the poll, figure out how that goes. Poll, add. Create a poll. Which type of layout likes the best of y'all? A traditional, B centered, C room, D see. Loading chat. And we're gonna have this poll running for like 2 minutes. At the top of your chat, you should be able to see the poll. And just, yeah, vote. After this, I'm probably gonna see if I can find someone to, well, like whilst this is happening, I'm gonna see if we can raid someone. Because I am getting tired and I need to make food for D&D. So let me just find someone to raid in the meantime. Okay, we'll probably send a raid over to Kiwami. Excellent work on the art and great stream. Thank you, thank you. Give me a second. Because Kiwami is playing some Genshin right now, so we'll send that over to him in just a moment. I see we have our votes. Oh, whoa, curious. Haven't actually looked. Oh, wow. This is very, okay, I'm glad to see that people are, what's it called? Are unanimous about this. So I'm gonna probably get started on that next time I do an art stream. Thank you all for the votes. And let me get the raid set up. So, thank you all for coming by. We're gonna get this started and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.